I'm Bill Morris, a general practice attorney in Southwest Florida. I'm also the board attorney for Marco Island Area Association of Realtors. This video will inform you of new requirements effective October 1, 2025 concerning flood and flood insurance in the sale and leasing of residential property in Florida. We've had mandatory flood insurance disclosure required from residential sellers for over a year. Sellers have always been required to tell sellers during that time if a flood insurance claim was filed or if the seller received assistance from FEMA in connection with any flooding. But those disclosures didn't address uninsured property or damage for which a flood insurance claim or assistance from FEMA was not sought or obtained. The legislature amended the statute effective October 1, 2025 to require that sellers now also disclose whether they have or do not have knowledge of any flooding that has damaged the property during the seller's ownership. That is effective October 1, 2025. Good news for local realtors is that NABOR's forms have been updated to include the new seller disclosure requirement as well as the pre-existing requirements. NABOR has an additional new form to address landlord disclosure requirements, which as of October 1, 2025, mean that a landlord must make similar disclosures if a landlord is entering a residential lease for 1 year or more. Landlords must now disclose whether they have knowledge of any flooding that have damaged the property during the landlord's ownership, whether the landlord has filed a claim with an insurance provider related to flood damage, and whether the landlord has received assistance for flood damage from FEMA. Flood damage is defined for both sellers and landlords as damage from overflow of inland or tidal waters, unusual and rapid accumulation of runoff or surface waters from any established water source, or sustained periods of standing water resulting from rainfall. Failure to use the new forms may allow a buyer or seller to terminate a contract for not complying with the new statute and expose a realtor to liability under both ethics and Florida law. I highly recommend that all realtors become familiar with the new requirements and update their form books to utilize the new forms.